Good day everyone, I'm Riza Rodrigo and I will be your discussant for today. After curriculum planning and designing, the next step is the curriculum implementation. Today, I will be discussing the teacher as curriculum implementer and manager. As teachers, managing and implementing the design curriculum are our major roles because the success of learning depends on our curriculum implementation efforts. This is where we put actions to what has been planned and designed, may it be through various activities, different teaching styles and methodologies, just to ensure that the day of the learners in school is interesting, engaging, meaningful, and unforgettable. But before I continue my topic, let's define first what curriculum implementation is all about. Following the curriculum models of Tyler, Taba, Saylor, and Alexander or Lewis, the next step to curriculum designing is curriculum implementing, as what I have said a while ago. This is the phase where teacher actions take place. That is why it is the most crucial process in curriculum development. According to many education planners, a good plan is work half done, which means half of the success of the curriculum implementation rests in the hands of the implementers, who are the teachers. Another definition of curriculum implementation means putting into practice the written curriculum that has been designed in syllabi, course study, curriculum guides, and subjects. According to Laux and Lieberman, 1983, curriculum implementation is a trying out of new practice and what it looks like when actually used in a school system. It simply means that the implementation should bring the desired change and improvement. In the classroom context, curriculum implementation means teaching what has been written in the lesson plan. Moreover, it is very important to note that curriculum implementation cannot take place without the learners. This fave to the conclusion that the learners are the central figure in the curriculum implementation process. In fact, according to SADC MOE Africa 2000, curriculum implementation is a process wherein the learners acquire the planned or intended knowledge, skills, and attitudes that are aimed at enabling the same learners to function effectively in the society. Therefore, putting the curriculum into operation requires an implementing agent who is a teacher. Before the teachers become curriculum implementer and managers, they are once curriculum developers. They are part of the textbook committees, faculty selection boards, school evaluation committees, or textbook writers. Teachers are curriculum implementers. A developed curriculum remains inactive if it is not implemented. At this point, the teacher's role shifts from a developer to an implementer, from a designer to a decision maker. Teachers are curriculum managers. They write lesson plan, unit plan, yearly plan, and manages to implement it in the daily teaching learning process. According to Debit Order number 70, series of 2012, teachers of all public elementary and secondary schools will not be required to prepare detailed lesson plan. They may adapt daily lesson logs, which contains the needed information and guide from the teacher's guide and teacher's manual. However, teachers with a less than 2 years teaching experience shall be required to prepare daily lesson plans, which shall include the following: first, objectives; second, subject matter; third, procedure; fourth, assessment; and fifth, assignment. So, as a prospective teachers, we should prepare lesson plans that will comply with the necessary components asked by the Department of Education. Those who will be employed in the private schools may have different lesson plan format, but the fundamental parts will be the same. Other roles of teachers are curriculum implementers. They prepare activities for the learners to do, designs, enriches, and modifies the curriculum to suit the learner's characteristics, addresses goals, interests of the learners by creating experiences from where the students can learn. They are empowered to develop their own school curricula, taking into consideration their own expertise, the context of the school, and the abilities of the learners. Speaking of the various interests and abilities of the learners, as teachers, how do we manage a teaching learning situation which will engage students to learn? According to Corpus and Salandanan 2013, there are many ways of teaching for different kinds of learners who have different interests and abilities. Some are time-tested methods, while others are non-conventional constructivist methods. Here are the different approaches and methods for different kinds of learners according to Corpus and Salandanan 2013. The first one is direct demonstration methods, which includes guided exploratory or discovery approach, inquiry method, problem-based learning or PBL, and the project method. The second one is the cooperative learning approaches, which includes peer tutoring, learning action cells, and think, pair, and share. The third one is deductive or inductive approaches, which includes project method and inquiry-based learning. And the last one is on the other approaches, which are reflective teaching, integrated learning, outcomes-based approach, and what we are using right now during pandemic is the blended learning. Teachers have to take consideration that the different strategies should match to the different learning styles of the students. Learners have different learning styles, and there are many classifications of learning styles according to the different authors. The multiple intelligence theory of Howard Gamer implied several learning styles. These preferred styles can help teachers choose the method and the materials they will use as a curriculum implementers in the classroom during the teaching and learning process. Here's the multiple intelligence theory of Howard Gamer, portraying the 8 learning styles of the students. The first one is the visual learning style. Teacher could create visual diagram, graph results of a survey, create a comic strip, create a poster, draw a map, create a PowerPoint, create a webcast or video. For musical auditory learning style, teacher could write a song or rap, could create a dance, write a jingle, create a rhyme, and use an instrument. For verbal learning style, teacher concept or teach concept, write instruction, create ads, write a poem, keep a journal, retell in your own words, teach concept mapping, write a story. For physical or kinesthetic learning style, teacher could implement or create a game, do an experiment, construct a model, build a representation, and create a sport. For logical or mathematical learning style, learning and teaching strategies such as creating a code, make a timeline, compare or contrast ideas, create an outline, design a map, show a pattern, teach concept mapping. For social learning style, tell stories or poems, survey others, interview someone, teach a cooperative game, role play, hold a discussion. For solitary learning style, teacher could implement research an area, keep a journal, write about personal experience, think about something and plan about something, create a PowerPoint, read a book on page blank. For naturalist learning style, teacher could let the pupils or students collect and categorize data, materials or ideas, discover or experiment, take a field trip, adapt materials, and label and classify. In addition, teaching and learning must be supported by the instructional materials or the IMs. Considering the teaching methodologies and the learning styles, the different support materials should be varied. This will ensure that the individual differences will be considered. Instructional materials should complement the different learning styles of the students. In terms of the role of technology in the delivery of the curriculum delivery adopts ICT as an important tool in education. Its impact is on the delivery of more effective, efficient, and humanizing the teaching and learning process. However, No technology can ever replace a teacher. It will only support multifaceted role of teachers. Thus, the complexity of teaching requires tremendous maturity, decision-making and implementation of any curricular plans such as choice of materials, methods or strategies of teaching, and modes of evaluation. As teacher being the most crucial persons in implementing the curriculum, they share and impart their experiences, knowledge, resources, and skills, and that shapes the curriculum implementation. Let me end my discussion with this quote by Tad Whitaker, an American educator. The best thing about being a teacher is that it matters. The hardest thing about being a teacher is that it matters every day. And thank you everyone for listening. I hope you learned a lot from my discussion. Bye!